parking
This
or
is
something?
Arman, the
He's
business.
a business owner.
Yes,
y'all.
yeah. So you ask whoever you need to ask, whatever, and we'll try to answer.
Okay, yeah, I'll get started in a second. We're good, okay. All right, so we are here at the administrative hearing for June 5th, 2024. We have one item on the agenda tonight. So the way this works is I'll read in the item. I'll turn it over to the staff person that wrote the report to do an overview. Then I'll give time to the applicant if they want to add anything. After which I'll open up to public if there's any public comments that want to be added. And then I'll close the public hearing and make a decision on this item. So we'll go that way. Item 1 is Arman. I'm going to mess this up. Avanesyan requests a conditional use permit for a wedding reception space in the general commercial zone located at 480 North 900 East, and that's in the Foothills neighborhood. And Mary Barnes has our staff report.
Thank you. All right, so just some quick context. Like you said, it's on 900 East. It's in between the Vasa, the Provo Vasa, and Improv Broadway there. It is in the general commercial zone. It's a wedding reception center. Specifically, we want to make this really clear and on the record. It's in the staff report as well. But this is not approved as a dance hall. This is specifically a wedding reception or event center, not a dance hall. That's also going to be noted on the business license. Dance halls have historically been problems, and there's a lot more requirements associated with them. So just make sure that's on the record there. So the hours for tentative events would be from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. Monday through Saturday, or Sunday as well? Sunday as well. Okay. So all days of the week. Moving forward, just quickly, this is the floor plan and the elevations. The applicant will have to get a building permit to finish up the TI or structural things inside the building. There is a, okay, well, can't see that super well. Okay, cool. There's a food prep area right there. I talked to the applicant about that. It will not be a cooking or baking kitchen. It's going to specifically be food warming for events. And so a condition has, because there's no grease trap here. So a condition has been added stating that this kitchen will only be used for food warming because of the lack of grease trap. Moving forward, this is the most important part, is the parking. So since sending out the staff report, the parking plan has changed a little. The property owner, Craig, who's also here tonight, he let me know that it was never his intention to put in landscaping islands, to move the sign, to move the lights in the parking lot, you know, all of that stuff. It's just his plan to do restriping for that, well, kind of for the whole site, but specifically that north part doesn't have any parking stripes on it right now. So we'll be newly restriping that area, and then also restriping some of the lower areas that need it, right? If that's correct, Craig. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, since it's only restriping, probably won't be doing a minor project plan approval. So the current amount of parking spaces is 169. According to this restriping plan in front of us, after restriping those parking lots, it will be 242 stalls. You can see there the required parking for Tative, Improv, and Vasa equals 222 stalls. So that leaves us with 20 remaining stalls, which is great. It's always better with wedding reception centers to have a little bit more than a little bit less, right? Can never really gauge how many people are going to come to a wedding, right? So hopefully 95 or less, but there's 20 more, which is great. There is, because this isn't currently in place right now it's, here, I can go back to the first picture actually, so you can see, oh, wait, hold on, sorry. You can see there's not really any stripes up here. Anyways, because right now it's 169, so the total amount of parking spaces for the entire site is 222. Right now it's 169. Before this before this business goes into operation, we need to make sure there is at least that 222 parking stall count present on the property. So a condition has been added stating that no events will be held. Okay, wait, it says the parking must be striped to meet design standards and counts required by Chapter 14.37 prior to any events being held at the property. That's just to make sure we don't run into any of those parking problems that sometimes come up with wedding event centers.
So it just has to be finished before you open your doors.
Anyways, one more thing is, so usually parking lot redesign does require minor project plan approval, which is basically just a way for all the city departments to come in and make sure that's the correct amount, width of asphalt, the correct width of all the striping, correct whatever, landscaping is provided, that kind of thing. Usually that is required, but when it is a simple restripe, it's not required. Moving beyond that, it may be required, like we talked about on the phone. I said required a lot just then. Anyways, so there is a condition that also addresses that, stating that, let's see, if the parking lot is to be improved, kind of beyond that restriping, a minor project plan is required. Again,
So to turn out asphalt patching, we have to have.
Hold on, we'll get to.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So that's another thing I want to bring up. The property owner just told me right before the meeting that up in this corner. Okay, there. So kind of that row of parking stalls, I think it's about 9 or something, from the garbage bin down this row, just kind of right there.
Northeast.
Yeah, there you go. That northeast corner, just all the way
That
on the
needs to
side.
be re-asphalted.
That needs to be re-asphalted. So that's going to have to be re-asphalted before any striping can happen on that corner. And then the rest of the parking lot may need to be sealed as well. Or at least this north parking lot will need to be sealed, but the south parking lot may not need to be sealed. It may need to be sealed. Asphalt sealed. Anyways, so that's something that we just learned about that we can talk about a little bit later, whether that will trigger a minor project plan approval or not. Anyways, just quickly, we are recommending approval, based on the conditions that we've put in the conditional use permit. We think that the parking, it will get there, right? But clearly there may be some more work that needs to be done on that. With the conditional use permits, Provo City Code says that conditional uses can only be granted if it will not be detrimental to the health, safety, general welfare of persons or injurious to property in the vicinity. Just quickly going through that list in the staff report. This is a good location for the proposed use. It is between 2 existing commercial uses on a major street in Provo. There are codes for parking and noise that will help ensure general welfare is maintained and the parking is contained on the property, which is also good. And then depending on what comes of the parking plan, well, the parking plan that we have shows that the parking will work, whether when it gets re-asphalted, if it's striped like it's showing, then the parking will work and all 3 uses will be adequately parked on the property. So anyways, yeah, in conclusion, it's not going to, we don't believe that staff doesn't believe that this use will damage the health, safety, and general welfare of property owners or the property itself or the surrounding uses. Any questions for me?
No. Thanks, Mary. If you could actually go back to the aerial.
Yeah.
Just want to see the condition of that.
Do you want to go to the map, maybe?
No, I mean that.
Okay,
That's good.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Mary. Now, if the applicant or the property owner want to add anything on top of what staff has presented.
Unless you have a specific question, Mary's laid it out.
Okay. I do have a specific question for probably you as the property owner that's going to be doing the work.
Okay.
That northeast corner that was spoken of, is that just aged asphalt? Is it gravel right now?
It's aged asphalt.
Okay, so you're just kind of
We're just
resurfacing that portion and
Yeah, we're
striping
just
the
gonna
rest
cut
as
that
is.
section out. It's the asphalt in.
Okay.
It's not, well, it's 15 feet from fence line. go out the whole length in front of that garbage can
Sure.
enclosure
Yeah.
that's already
You can
pretty
kind of
built.
see where that line's at. Okay.
It
Alright,
might be, we're not even aware of potholes. I'm more just those two little sections, and there's one more little section that we're gonna need to do the same, but it's only about 2 feet out. We look at the McDonald's parking lot here.
Do you wanna go to the map and zoom into the north part, like just above that? The commercial building? Perfect, yeah.
This little section right here, we may tear out and replace as well.
Okay.
And of course, this is here. You can see
It's
where they went
across.
back in and re-asphalt the whole thing from the building. We'll fix up what we gotta fix up. We need to seal. And we're gonna have to seal
Just
a lot of it, no
north
matter what,
the-
just to restripe it all.
It's
Right.
Do it correctly, so, I mean, I'm glad that we have some extra stalls in case we lose something somewhere or, but my question to you would be on when she's on the parking stalls, is that a 9 foot wide required?
8.5.
8.5 by
18.
18?
Yep.
Do they have your compact car?
We don't. We just
That's
have one
gone.
standard.
That's
Yeah.
gone.
Good question.
If there's anything else I want. I mean, that's pretty much the asphalt situation. The gym in front of Arman's building was completely resurfaced, brand new, maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And then the gym, that's their responsibility, and they take care of that. But they're really good at it. They seal it every couple of years. And they take good care of it. And so that's their responsibility as far as that parking lot is concerned. But I don't, we've got to make it so that it works. But this is pretty much what we got on the Vasa. What's out in front of there, that's pretty much what's been there from the get-go. And all around the sides and the back and all of it. So that's just that line with Vasa. There's a line right there coming out in the parking lot here. Well, that line just runs all the way to
That property
northeast.
line.
To northeast.
Yeah.
And then they have everything within that area right there.
Got it. And I appreciate that information. I was mainly looking to see what the scope of your asphalt work would be to see if it would trigger any updating to the standard, but I don't think it does. in
As a
this case.
builder, I
I think we're
don't
okay.
see it. And so, to me, it wouldn't seem like it would require that. I don't. Well, that's up to you, Aaron.
Okay. Well, the other question I have for you is it seems, or for you as well, it seems like there's 4 conditions stated in the staff report. 1, that the parking is striped before holding any events. 2, that if there is parking lot improvements, that the necessary applications and approvals would be
Before
done.
they open the doors. Before they
Um,
get final approval, is that right? Before they get final approval for the
For
business, these things have to be done.
for the condition number 1, that has to be striped before you open your doors. And then 2, if later you come in and want to do a re-asphalt, if you're pulling up all the asphalt, grading it, and redoing it, then that would trigger a new application.
That probably has to do stormwater.
Right. And then the hours of operation are as you described, from 9 to midnight.
I have a question. That's what we're planning on. In
Mhm.
case we need to change it in the future, what would be the process?
If you want to change it, probably now would be the time. The code only would give you an hour additional. The code restricts that business from going past 1 a.m. So if you'd like to alter that condition,
If we move it, can we, just in case,
we can mark that as 1 to 1 a.m. So then you don't have to come back and do another one of these hearings.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, and then a 4th, if you're agreeing to no on-site cooking, just food warming and preparation. Okay. So if you're agreeable to all 4 of those conditions, yes. Okay. That's helpful. And now, if there's any public, open up to the public. If anybody wants to make comments, we'll give you 2 minutes. Okay. All right, seeing no public comments, I will close this item, public hearing. I will note that I've read the staff report, and with the changes shown in the parking plan today, it seems like there's enough parking. The applicant has agreed to the recommended conditions from staff. With that, I will approve this conditional use permit with those 4 conditions as stated, except for the condition number 3 being changed to 1A. And that is all the items we have for administrative hearing today, so we will close this hearing.
Hey, Mary, can you tell us how long, so his plan for this building is just sitting at the planning or at building department.
Mhm.
How long will it be before they're notified that they can go ahead and start doing the plan reviews and stuff on it?
They should be able to start like inside the building.